Hi, my name is Joanna Fantozzi, Associate Editor with Nation's Restaurant News, and I'm here with On the Border CEO Tim Ward and the brand's Chief Marketing Officer Edith Ann Ramey. Thanks so much for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So just to begin with, we have seen subscription services become quite popular as of late. And so I would love to learn a bit about the new Queso subscription and kind of what made you decide to go with Queso and kind of how does that work?
Well, I'll tell you that I wish I could take credit for that. It was one of EA's brainchilds from listening to what our customers tell us. Our customers love it. So it's EA's baby. So you're more than welcome to tell them all about it.
Okay, you're right. Subscriptions are very popular, from Amazon to Netflix. Every day people can sign up for something. But this something is very, very exciting. We thought, what better than to have Queso? So like Tim said, we hear a lot from our guests about how our queso is addicting. They love it. It's the number one selling item at On the Border. And so those two things kind of started to roll in our head. So we thought, what if we gave people queso all the time, every day, all year long, any way they want to enjoy it, whether it's to go or whether they eat in a restaurant. And so that's kind of how the idea started to brew around a subscription that was special to On the Border. And so literally you come in that first time, you buy a signature queso, you pay an extra $1, and you're in our system. And all year, anytime you come in, you get free queso with your meal. No purchase necessary, just literally you can come in, sit down, and have a queso. So it's a big win for them because they get the queso they love. The big win for us is that we get our guests back into On the Border, which is very exciting.
So since it is only, like you said, $1 extra to join, what are you kind of hoping will be the benefit for On the Border kind of financially or otherwise?
Well, the thinking is there's no way you can just have queso. So we're hopeful that they'll have a margarita with it, or they'll bring a friend and they'll have one of our new entrees. So we've redone pretty much our whole menu. We've improved it. We've made it better as we headed out of the pandemic. So we were able to streamline it, but then also added more protein on the fajitas and have new margarita flavor. So we're thinking the queso is a way for them to come in and enjoy us in a way that is affordable and brings great value, but then also they're able to enjoy all the other things that we've been doing to improve the experience in the menu.
Absolutely. And one of the things I'd like to add to that is 20 years ago, we were the place to go for Mexican food. We were it. We were sexy. We were it. We were your neighborhood family. You meet your friends here for happy hours and cocktails and ice cold margaritas. And that slipped away a little bit. So this is just another way of getting it back bold again. So what I mean by that is we're making our food bolder, not spicier, just bolder, more flavorful. We're bringing back our bold ice cold margaritas in different fashions. We got the watermelon margarita, and then our customers love our queso. So hey, all we want to do is make sure that customers happy and tell them, hey, we're back.
Can you kind of go over your strategy of kind of the changes that you are implementing or want to implement to kind of get back on top when people think of going out to eat for Mexican, they think of On the Border?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the things that we're thinking is, if you look back at On the Border of 15 or 20 years ago, it was where neighbors did meet for happy hours. Ice cold margaritas is where when you walk in the dining room, you smell fajitas because people are walking around with sizzling fajitas that are of abundance of food on a plate and flavorful. I mean, like our customers have told us that our taco meat and our rice are a little bland. So we've added flavor, and that's one of the bold things we've done. We're remodeling some of our bars and patios. That's one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of other chains that are in the industry. That is, we have great patios that are wonderful that can be used in most of our stores year round. So we're remodeling that. We just signed our first franchisee in 10 years. So we're back to growing our brand and being more relevant in the marketplace and having better brand awareness out there. So if any aspect, I started here a year ago, and any part of our brand has been turned upside down so we can bring back the sexiness we were before, and we want to be the place that you choose for Mexican again.
Great. And so what are some of the biggest challenges that you think the company faces on its way to the top, and kind of how will you tackle those?
I think that there is some of the biggest challenges for me, or current challenges right now today, is staffing. It's throughout the industry. That is a large, we have restaurants that are completely staffed in parts of the United States, and we have restaurants that are significantly understaffed. And we're hoping that over the next few months that evolves and we get back completely staffed. But one of the things that we've tasked EA and the marketing team with, we've had many years of negative sales, and this brand has been slowly dwindling sales away a little bit each year. That is a hard trend to turn. So they're tasked with, I'm an operations guy. Once we are staffed, and we are in a lot of places, we will deliver and over deliver on operations and execution and service, and we will make our guests want to come back. EA's task is going to be to make them come back in again to give us a chance. And that's where we hired a couple new agencies to help us at a couple different avenues, and the Queso Club. And we're really just going to get bold, and I'm going to lay it out there and say we've not been the best forever, but we will be, and we are now.
Mm-hmm. I think what's sort of interesting is that a lot of what people have been talking about in terms of growth in the Mexican restaurant world is that it has been a lot of limited service restaurants, right? So you have your Chipotle's, Taco Bell's, et cetera, kind of seeing all this growth. And so what do you think is the difference between how you approach it within that category, within that Mexican food category, the limited service versus full service?
Yeah, I mean, number one, we're the largest Mexican casual dining brand. So that gives us an opportunity to give you a consistent, great experience across the US. And now that you've had so many independents kind of get hurt by these past challenges, I think it gives us an opportunity to really step up and grow. The difference is that dine-in experience. We talk about this all the time, how those guys like Chipotle and Torchy's, et cetera, could go out there and talk about their product, but they're never going to be able to take care of the guests the way our servers do. That's kind of part of our magic and why we're spending a lot of time getting the right people in our restaurants. We've kept amazing talent in our restaurants and making sure that they deliver on an experience that makes the guest feel special and makes them feel like, oh, this is a great place to be. So the service component is important. The second is that, and we need to continue to do a better job of this, but we do a lot of things that are scratch and that we make in the restaurant that just taste great no matter where you go. That's more fast casual and faster. They're going to hold it. They're going to bring it in already made. We're going to serve food that really just tastes very authentic Tex-Mex, and that tastes great because we made it in the restaurant that day. We think probably those are a couple of the differentiators. Did I miss any?
Okay. And you mentioned the new franchising program. Could you tell me a bit about that and kind of what your goals are with franchising?
Sure. So we have not signed a new franchisee in 10 years. So one of my things when I first got here was we talked about potential franchisees, and our franchise disclosure documents hasn't been updated since 2017. So we hired a team, it's our real estate and development team, and we tasked them with getting our documents in all 50 states. So currently we're in all 50 states. We can franchise anywhere in the US. We have our first franchise location from a new franchisee external opening on June 28th in South Padre Island. They've already signed up for 2. We've already got others signed up for the US and more interest. I would say that as a corporate, we'll probably open 2 to 4 restaurants a year starting in 2022, if not more. And franchise will be, it could be as many as 8 to 10 a year in as early as 2022 and 2023.
Mm-hmm. And so through either corporate or franchising, where do you anticipate you'll see growth and development? Are you specifically looking at any particular markets?
At corporate, we own the Texas market. We love the Texas market. That's where our corporate office is. So we will keep that close to home, and we will always continue to find real estate in Texas. The Northeast is wonderful for us. The New Jerseys, the New Yorks, we have a high presence in that side of the U.S. So that will be where corporate focus is primarily, and then franchise focus. I mean, we've signed someone in Alaska, so that'll be coming out really soon. That we've signed a new franchisee in Alaska, and then throughout the Midwest, throughout the West Coast, there's interest everywhere for us. It's really surprisingly how much interest there is right now. And then internationally, we have South Korea. We're signing a 60-store development agreement with current franchisees in South Korea, and we're looking at Canada and other places internationally as well.